my podcast people, and thank you for joining me for yet another episode of my favorite online business podcast. If you are tuning in, listening, watching on the day that it drops, it is Monday, January 5th. Welcome to 2026. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve, great New Year's Day, whatever holidays, all the things. I cannot say how mine was because it hasn't happened yet. But I'm a forecast that it's going to be good, because why the fuck would I forecast something bad? Jan 1st, if you didn't know, Jan 1, that is my birthday. So it's automatically a good thing. We'll see what the weather brings, but the plan is to just chill, do nothing. Did it up big for my 41st, for my 40th. This is gonna be my 41st, but for my 40th, we did the big 70s party. It was amazing. But right now, to chill and be home and be in the computer doing all my coding, vibe coding stuff, AI stuff. Maybe we'll play some volleyball if weather permits, but just trying to chill. All right, Lex and I went to the beach for Christmas, and that's a tradition I'd love to keep going. It depends, obviously, if we go back to her family's house or whatever, but I would love to be at the beach every single Christmas. It did rain on us, but we walked. We didn't actually go sit on the beach. We went and walked at the beach, because it's been raining a lot. It's winter, but it was still fucking great. It was still sunny for most of it. It was raining a little bit on the way back. It was fine. It was warm. It was amazing. I'm going to continue to take full advantage of living here, because it's the best fucking place ever. And yeah, so hopefully that's what Jan 1 will have in store for me. So I hope your holiday season was good, great, grand, wonderful. And your time of becoming cheese was also just as good. If you know what I'm talking about, the cheese is a reference to how Rachel Strickland describes the in-between period between Christmas and New Year's. And honestly, I love this time. I love the end of the year. I wish it lasted longer, right? I'm still very much in my routine, which is maybe why I like it so much. My work routine, my working out changed a little bit, mainly because I picked up more of the AI stuff and the coding stuff. I've been spending a lot of time doing that. I actually vibe coded my first web app. I vibe coded a pill tracker, a med tracker, start to finish, and I'm blown away at what we can do. But it took me 2 days. I did an all-nighter for I was up to 3 a.m. and then I had to do some more work the next day. But it's amazing to me what we can do, and at what price? It's not expensive. I use about $20 in credits doing it, and that's actually because I built two things. I built my brother a website that he probably won't use, but it's fine. I need to practice, and I built that app, and I'm just wow. I built it for practice. I built it for my sister. Really not that I need her to use it. She was talking about she had gotten a dental thing and taking, painkillers and tracking. And I was like, ChatGPT isn't it's not great at remembering stuff. It can do it, but it's not that great. So I was like, hey, here's a use case. Let me go and build this. And so I did. And I'm really, really just so stoked. You have to also build the things to learn the things. You can't just read about AI. You can't just read about vibe coding and understand. You have to do it and try it and mess up and be in the computer. So that's what I'd love to be doing. And that's what I'm doing a lot of at this time. So my workout is a little bit different. But for the most part, everything's still on schedule, which is probably why I like this time. And some folks don't, because they get really out of routine. You have kids, it's super out of routine. But I'm still super in my routine with my work and doing my podcast recording. Everything's staying on the same days. But there is just overall, around me, less feeling of expectation from people. And not people expecting less from me or of me, just expectations in general. They just have less expectations, and I love that. It just feels better. I love this time of year. But alas, we are out of that time period. And even though, according to nature, all right, us folks in the Northern Hemisphere, we should be chilling and hibernating. It's fucking winter. But many of us, most of us, pretty much all of us observe January 1st as the start of the calendar year, which I should point out is largely bureaucratic, not biological in terms of origins. ChatGPT it. Go ask why we use January 1st as the start of the calendar. Hashtag Rome. Okay. But because of this, there's a good chance that maybe you're thinking about your business. And also, this is an online business podcast. And it's not a bad thing if you think about your business. So I'm going to use today to chat briefly about pricing, namely about making things affordable, right? So I've actually had like 2 to 3 people reach out over the past few weeks and thank me for sharing my approach to business. And I am so fucking grateful. I really am. Like, I'm gonna stay on my bullshit, so don't have to worry about me going anywhere. Side note, we're gonna hit 700 episodes in like 2 weeks. I can yap. Grateful for you folks. But I've been talking about, online business and my approach to business and my opinions on business for quite some time now. And I have opinions on many things, and pricing is absolutely one of them. Obviously, the biggest part of pricing, display your fucking prices. It's 2026. Like, can we just leave that behind? This idea of like, oh, I'm gonna not show. Like, just put them on all the things. Period. It's 2026. Leave the arguments behind. Right? But when it comes to pricing, we do know that it is subjective, right? It's a story. It's storytelling. Yes, we as the business owner, we set the price. It's the customer that determines the value. To that end, what the market is holding absolutely plays into things. Period. So something I want to throw out there is intentionally making your prices affordable, right? And I'm not really saying this in response to the economy, though now and for always, fuck Trump. Fuck that fucking guy. Fuck Trump. Right? Economy's not doing well, but I'm not saying this and telling you to change your prices in response to the economy, right? I am largely saying this idea of making your prices affordable just to be a voice of reason in case all you're seeing or hearing is messaging about raise your prices and charge your worth because you're a boss babe and you deserve it, right? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If you want to raise your prices, raise them. My message is not do not raise your prices. My message is largely don't lose your grip on reality, especially in this online business world where people are charging $97 million for I don't even know what. Again, I'm going to flip this. This is not to say that high ticket items are bad or impossible or that you shouldn't have them. Right? I have a $12,000 coaching program I run with Lex. My podcasting program's $997, $1,000. Right? I'm not saying make things free, don't charge things at all. This is me, again, saying don't lose your grip on reality. Right? The thing that honestly most sparked and inspired this episode was a coaching call that I had the other day. I do these one-off coaching calls called Maestro meetings, in case you didn't know. We'll link those in the show notes. Thank you, Courtney. And I'll get folks who sign up for a Maestro meeting like once a year, folks that I've coached in the past, and any of my business containers, or just some folks that just any of the business containers in any way, shape, or form. And I'll get folks that they'll sign up like once a year, and then we'll reconnect. Though usually we're talking throughout the year, just like on social media and stuff. But we'll do like an actual call, strategy call. We'll connect, we dive into things, and this was one of those calls. And she's crushing. She's doing very, very well. And she's always had one of my favorite approaches to running an online business. But she just wants to chat about pricing and different offers and actually lowering the price of one of her current offers when she runs it again. She works with moms, and realistically, a $500 price point is something that many folks in that demographic will be like, I don't know if it's worth it. And that is completely reasonable and rational and normal. Right? Again, don't lose your grip on reality. Right? People may throw their kids in stuff for that much, but pay for themselves, and they're like, I don't know. So you can try and fight the uphill battle, or you could be like, hey, maybe I change this. And that's exactly what she did. And I want to point out that she brought this to me, right? Y'all, I have the best fucking people. You are the best fucking people. But she brought up the idea of taking out part of the offer and dropping the price point to like $297, $257, around there, and just delivering the stuff that these women really need and that will definitely help them, and that the majority of them will likely be the most interested in. Immediately fucking yes. Right? We also talked about making a brand new offer. It's basically like Voxer support. If you don't know, Voxer is a voice and text messaging platform. I use it for my coaching as well. I really like it. But she really likes using Voxer. She doesn't get overwhelmed by it. And I think it's actually very helpful for people. And when we discussed the price, the first thing she brought up was making it realistically affordable. And I fucking love that. Right? Because, one of the things that you might knee-jerk hear or knee-jerk think of or have been coached on is like, oh, to get direct access to you, it's going to be $1 million. And it's there are caveats there, right? As soon as you leverage things and a bunch of people, like the more people that there are, like the lower the price point can be. But also, do you like delivering it in this way? How much effort is it actually for you. Like all these things do matter. Like, yes, devil's advocate would be like, oh, just because you like it doesn't mean it should be inexpensive. I'm not saying that. I'm saying consider all the things. And you don't automatically have to make things $1 zillion, right? You have options here. That's it. I also want to point out that B2B, business to business, businesses are different than B2C or D2C, right? Business to consumer, direct to consumer. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you're going direct to the average Jane, right, the average Joe, you can't charge the same amount as if you're going to another provider, right? You can always charge more and people will always pay more for things that will make them money. I'm not saying you should charge more just because you can, but understand that you can charge more and people will pay more because they're going to make money. Hedge fund owners, bro, whatever the fuck they're called. Why do you think they make so much money? Because they're helping other people make money. Right? It fucking drives me crazy to see people on social media talking about their B2B online business and how easy it is to make money. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Right? And I'm saying this as someone who runs a B2B online business. And I'm not saying this like, oh, you're sharing your secrets. No, you're giving people a false sense of what's possible. You're lying to them. Right? Most people are not going B2B. They're going direct to consumer, and it is way more difficult. Right? Yes, if you're going direct to consumer, or just in general with your business, you must set a price that you're not going to be salty about. But I really just want to throw out this idea of just remembering affordability and making things affordable. Yes, you change the offer then and what you're delivering and how much time you're spending with people and the access and all these other things. But like, just want to throw it out there. I know also you have bills to pay. Right, but flipping the math here a little bit is what I'm asking you to do, or throwing out there. And this is just simply going more towards that volume play game. So yeah, you need people, a certain amount of people, but this is where you help more people at a slightly lower price instead of keeping that higher price point and having fewer people sign up. Right. So should you change your prices? I don't know. I don't know your situation. I'm not telling you to make this a race to the bottom. Right. I just want to throw out what I've been thinking about, and that something that I don't see very much or hear very much in the space. Granted, I don't really look at anything in the space. I do not follow anything in the online business space, but kind of based on what people say to me, clients and stuff say, like, I'm guessing it's not a message that's so out there. But either way, even if it is, new year, new things. I'm throwing it out there. Maybe you want to try something new. Lastly, speaking of the space, this notion of better clients coming with higher price points. Yes, but also things don't exist in a vacuum, right? Better clients come with better messaging, aka more transparent messaging with more longevity to that messaging. How long have you been saying this thing? Right, I'm about to hit 700 episodes. I've been talking my shit for a long time, saying the same shit for a long time. And the people I attract are the fucking best. They're the best. It's not about the prices. Right? It's the messaging. It's how you're showing up and how long you've been showing up and saying that thing. If you got grimy messaging, it doesn't matter if you charge a penny or $1 million. You're going to get grimy people. I promise. The penny folks are just going to want free shit, cheap shit. The $1 million folks are going to expect you to do everything. They're going to expect you to be at their every beck and call. That's on you. That's the messaging you put out there. All that to say, don't avoid changing your prices, be it raising them or lowering them, because of what you heard people say. Right? Good clients come from good, aka transparent and long-term messaging. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up there. It's the first episode of the year. I almost said the first message of the year. It's the first episode of the year. Keep it nice and tight. Let you go off and do your things, live into your New Year's resolutions. Take the time that you're saving from the shorter episodes and go work on that. Go do if you have resolutions, word of the year, whatever it is, use this time for something that you want to use it for, right? I hope your New Year's is off to a phenomenal start. I would love to hear from you folks more this year. Perhaps I'll think of a more structured way to do that. But for now, DM me, text me. Let me hear from you. Questions, requests. I know that's a terrible call to action because I'm like, anything. But it is. It's anything. I've always said it. Podcasting is so unidirectional, and I'm just like, I don't know what you want or don't want because I can't hear from you unless I hear from you. So I would love to hear from you. Whether it's that you have a question, you want a discussion on a topic, you just want to shoot the shit, whatever. Like my podcasting people, you're some of my best people because you'll be listening to me yap. So would love to hear from you. And if not, that's fine too. I'm just grateful that you're here. All right, gonna wrap it up there. That's all I got for you. As always, my friends, truly, endlessly, one more time, endlessly appreciative for every single one of you. Until next time, friends, Maestro out.